Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. So here we are, just waiting for things to get started, and we'll be good to go. Apologies there, a little bit late. Just had to go and get something to drink, so I've got some nice water here, and we're ready to go. I also had to get the music sorted out. But yes, this is the turn that we've been waiting for. There's so much yet to happen here. So much to unpack. Hello there, No Name Spore, how you doing, my friend? Hello there, Pirate Joe, Commissar Roach. And so for those of you who are unaware of Commissar Roach, he does some fantastic 40k content on YouTube, and definitely recommend checking him out. My body is ready to there, Carl. Good to see you, my friend. Dude, what? Damn, I'm going to miss the recap of the turn since I'm going into an interview. Good luck, my dude. Good luck. I do hope you actually get the job there. So, Todd, how you guys doing? So we'll give people some time to get into the actual chat here, give some people some chance. That should be good. Hello there, Anno. That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. I really did love the last one, actually. That was really cool there, Commissar. Hello there, Cola. How you doing, my friend? And Anno. Right then. Let's go. Hello there, Ethan. Yeah, I know, right. Okay, so let's take a look then. So we do have a new save here. The War Year 2, sort of. Let's see. There's so much to happen here. There's so very much to happen. I mean, I'm hoping that it's going to be a good turn for us. I'm going to hope that. I do hope our decision to split Kidabutai for a short period is going to pay off. We'll see. Thank you very much for that, Keith, and welcome. Very nervous, but I do feel fairly confident that we should see some success in the, at least here. We're not throwing troops ashore as of yet, so yeah, we'll see. I think the losses would probably come from the Philippines, as we do have a division at Clark. I'd imagine they're going to see a brutal counter-offensive against them here. Hello there, G-Man, and Franz, how you doing, my friend? So our submarine has hit a mine over there, okay. Right, we have a target here just off the coast of Fiji. Well, it's a shame about our actual submarine hitting that mine, but at least we are aware now of the mines. That's a shame. Hello there, Rainbow Slash. Right, so we have 2 torpedoes there into Vito. It's a shame that we began with one of our submarines hitting a mine, but ideally then they might be okay. We'll see what their state is afterwards. I'll probably have them head back to Bibaldwab, but at least we know about the mine situation there now. Okay, so we have 2 torpedo hits here. On fire, heavy damage. More than likely going to be going down here. Hello there, Josh. Is this the game that THG is playing with you? Yes, it is indeed. Okay, so good kill. Yep, she goes down. We see... Ooh, wow. Obliterated, wow. Yep, so it looks like THG's submarine there actually gets a solid hit on one of our patrol boats, and that patrol boat is promptly annihilated. So the Tamar Maru has been destroyed now. That's rather intriguing. We do notice here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 submarines here. There's a great concentration of submarines in this area. Rather impressive, though, that the patrol boat did actually take a hit there. I suppose they're not that maneuverable. Yeah, the sub didn't sink yet. That's a good thing. Yep, she goes down. Oh, wow. Oh, come on. Yes! Another hit there. This is a troop transport as well. Fantastic. Yes, and this is just to the north of Auckland. Fantastic hit there. So we do have 2 torpedo hits on the Rangitatata. The Rangitata. But that's fantastic. That is actually a troop transport there, the AP. Now, it doesn't list there being any men aboard, but this is actually quite nice hit there. 6 torpedoes launched from I-17, but that is a good hit. Heavy damage. I don't know if she's going to go down, but I imagine she's going to be extraordinarily damaged after this attack. Now, we don't see any troops lost here, but the thing is we are knocking out potential troop capacity, troop ferrying capacity that he would be using in this area, so that's a good result there. I don't know if he was aware of my submarines here off of Auckland. I'm not entirely sure about that one. Hello there, Dimitri. How you doing, my friend? She hasn't gone down, but I don't imagine it'll be long. Ooh. Okay, so we can see the Allied submarine over here. Good Jun. Right, she's operating just off the coast of Ominato, obviously off the coast of Honshu, south of Hokkaido. Now, she has launched 2 torpedoes at the actual convoy over here, so that's rather intriguing. So the Ishio has been on station here. Now, she did launch the torpedoes at the actual destroyer escort, so that's good to know. Hello there, JV. I do hope that Bordeaux is looking good this time of year. Indeed, drown them all. Yeah, the submarines are doing some good work so far. If we'd not had that one run into the mine, we would have been perfect so far. Hello there, Hagen. The turn has only just begun. We've had 2... Whoa, hello. Hit! Finally, at long last, we've hit this bloody son of a bitch. Okay, 1 torpedo hit there. We can see here, guns lost 2, 1 destroyed, 1 disabled. So the actual transport is still up. The President College is still up. She's still afloat, but the thing is she's been hit now, she's gonna be hurt, and she's not going to be leaving New Caledonia alive. She's gonna be going down. I'm hoping that the other submarine can get another torpedo into there, or we could get some deck guns into action. We need to take that down. But we can see there's still troops aboard there. And hello, we have another troop transport. Miss, come on, let's get another hit. Come on, please. Damn it! The Caledonia actually does survive the onslaught there. I-17 does miss, but we do have another submarine in that area, so we may have a second chance yet. And we have Iron Chieftain over here. Torpedo misses. Come on, please follow up. Yes, follow-up torpedo hits there. Fantastic. Severe damage. Follow-up torpedo. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. This is good. We can see here that the carriers, Kidabutai is absolutely causing havoc already in the area. I mean, the thing is, he absolutely knows, if he leaves his ships in harbour, in port around this area, they're going to be destroyed regardless of what happens. Yep, so I-172 was attacking on the surface there, so good result there. And we have another transport here. Oh, this one's interesting. Come on, please hit, please, damn it! Yep, she is a... absolutely designated. Yeah, she's a designated troop transport there. The Hugh L. Scott, but we will be able to take her out with Kidabutai in the turn to come afterwards if we don't hit her this turn. But we're aware of her presence now. Very good so far. And we do see 2 targets survive our submarines, but that's still quite a few kills there so far, so that's good news. We may see that tally increase. We see something go down. We heard something go down. I don't know what's gone down there. Right, we're unloading over here at Luganville. Hello there, Martin. Okay, so 23 casualties reported here, 1 squad destroyed. 17 troops of the squad accidentally lost during the unloading process. That's a shame. Ideally, that doesn't give him an idea of how many men we have in the area. If we could take Luganville tomorrow, that'd be fantastic. Okay, yeah. Listening to a boxing match, I know, right? Right, there's still more potential submarine kills to come here. Let's hope for that. Okay, we're unloading at Luganville. I don't think there's any troops there. Yeah, we can see no resistance here. Ideally, we could actually just take the base this turn. That'd be fantastic. But I think we'll be taking the base tomorrow. I think also we have to have the combat there. And hello, we do have another shot. Oh, come on, please, come on. Damn it! Rangatira. That's a shame, I really wanted that another hit there. And we do have another shot on the Hugh Scott, and we do hit! Fantastic! 2 torpedoes into the side there. 24 casualties, oh my god, she actually had troops aboard. Fantastic job there. Now, guns, engineers, this could actually be possibly a base force, it could be an element of base forces, it could be an engineering unit, but either way, that is fantastic. That is the first time for a long time, I think this might actually be the first time we've ever hit a allied transport that has been carrying troops, so this is fantastic. This is some payback for Mersing. Now, there's 24 casualties reported so far, 2 torpedo hits on fire, heavy damage. I don't think she's going to make it out of here. And she goes down. I don't know how many men have gone down there, but, yeah. That's gonna hurt. I'm sure he's gonna be feeling that one. Right, so we can see submarines to the south there of the Marshalls. He's got so many submarines in the area. Right, still 2 allied ships. We do see some ships off the coast here of New Caledonia. Now, Kidabutai should be within range to actually target those ships as well. We see ships to the north as well, further troop transports. Yeah, plenty of allied activity here in the area. 3 allied ships, Euler, 4 allied ships, 2 allied ships. God damn, these numbers keep rolling in. 3 allied ships over there at Palmyra. Allied ships coming out of Pearl Harbor. My god, there's a lot of activity here. Huge amounts of activity here. We've definitely stirred up the beehive here. We have definitely created some actions. But we are profiting so far. I'm finding it hard to keep up here with the amount of surface shipping that we're actually seeing here. Ideally, we should actually really be able to carve a pretty horrific tally over New Caledonia next turn. Well, in this turn, I should say. We can see here that only 2 zeros there, the other 2, well, the other 8 coming in now. It's rather irritating. It seems like there's always a smaller section. I suppose that's like, possibly a forward reconnaissance, or potentially they arrive there first. You can see here the weather and the hexes severe storms. But this is, this is good so far. I'm really happy with the results so far. Let's hope it continues and improves. We can see our reconnaissance then over the islands around Naval. We are seeing Allied shipping there just south of Singapore. Well, just yeah, on the coast around Singapore there. Yeah, look at all the Allied shipping around New Caledonia. I think we have arrived just ideally in time to really cause some issues here. Okay, so he has no combat air patrol, so that's good news. The Ki-48 1B Lily's getting in here. We've damaged a aircraft so far, the runway taking hits. 1 Allied reconnaissance plane destroyed. Torpedo bomber damage. Fantastic job. Very good. Now, I am interested in what this is. I'd imagine this might be potentially some torpedo boats, perhaps. So you can see here that 4 139 WH-3s have been damaged on the ground. 1 destroyed so far. Excuse me. I'm getting so excited about this. It's fantastic. No Allied flights in response. No combat air patrol. Okay, so we can see that our Ki-43-1Bs are answering this attack. The 1B should be able to deal with this quite nicely, unless they're driven away by defensive fire, of course, but we should be able to deal with them. The 1Bs are the third best fighter that we have at the moment, I suppose. Then again, obviously, we can't really count the Tojos, considering the fact that they're not in, well, numbers there. They're only really prototypes. I would have liked to have seen the A6M2s on this, but we can't spare them for everything. We are launching a raid over Singapore this turn, so let's hope for the best. But we can see that he is definitely using Singapore as a base to launch from. Okay, the Ki-43-1Bs, they're not doing amazing, but they have taken out some planes here, so that's very good. 1 or 2 of our Ki-43-1Bs might go down, but we'll see how that turns out. Another critical hit there. There we go. Okay, not too bad. We didn't knock the bombs out of the sky, but that's not a bad result. So I'm going to go with the assumption that with the actual bombing here, he's more than likely going to be hitting us on the ground. Okay, so we actually don't lose any aircraft here so far. It may be due to the operational losses, and we might lose 1 or 2. We'll destroy 1 139 WH-3, another damage, and a Hudson destroyed, and another 1 damaged there, as we can see. Hello there, Captain Shipwreck. I bought the game and meant you as the reason. Oh man, that's awesome, dude. Really appreciate that. That really is appreciated massively. I do hope you enjoyed the game. Ooh, wow. Okay, so only 1 Ki-43. We can see here now he's actually changing tactics. He's actually using escorts here. He's not done this before. So I don't think our Ki-43-1B is going to be able to manage this yet, and they slip through. We can see Blenheim 4s, Blenheim 1s, Hudson 1s, but this is interesting to see that the P-40Es are actually out here. So you can see, actually, even so, no damage really sustained, but we do actually damage the Blenheim and the Hudson. It is actually rather encouraging to see that our forces now have the guns to actually mount a response to these air attacks. So we actually do have some AA guns over here at Mersing, which is fantastic. Not exactly amazing, but this is still something that is going to see his bombers really punished if they come in at these low levels, like 5,000 feet. Yeah, even the AA machine guns aren't exactly amazing, but they should still have the range to do something about that. Ooh, wow, yeah. Buffaloes, wildebeest, and swordfish here. Diving on the buffalo, yeah, we really don't have the numbers there. Okay. Right, we see 28 casualties on the ground there, 1 squad disabled, 2 non-combatant squads disabled, no allied losses there, but we can see he's coming in here at about 5,000 feet. Now, let's see if we can take advantage of this. He's really changing the course of his actions over here by having the air attacks come from Singapore. Ideally, we might be able to punish him. Okay. I wonder why there's only 1 Ki-43. I'm sure we had a larger squadron, though there might be other reasons. It might actually be due to the thunderstorms of the area that we're not able to really respond as well as we'd like to. So 6-4 Sentai dive in here, so the single Ki-43 is engaging here. I don't know, we might be able to get a kill here. Ideally, the Oscar isn't destroyed. We are firing behind at the actual Buffalo, so that's decent. Yeah, but there's a lot of Buffaloes and there's only a single KI-431B. Yeah, biplanes indeed. Yeah, cursed biplane. Hello there, Flint, how you doing, my friend? Since he's on the offensive in the air, you should go well. Yeah, we do have a small bombing rate to hit Singapore, so that's quite good. Okay, so we see a further 8 casualties, nothing destroyed in the air. Yeah, okay, so he's running the B-17s at the area over here. Yeah, but they actually don't cause any damage there. Bombing at 10,000 feet, actually. The weather is thunderstorm, so I don't think that's helping. Right, 6 casualties, 1 squad disabled here. Okay. I'm nervous about Clark Airfield. That's where I feel we'll probably be punished there. We do have only 1 division, and a division is a very powerful unit, but even they need support. Okay, so we can see the aircraft here from Kiributai. Haha, and hits! Fantastic, let the pain begin here. Yep, 250 kilogram bombs there, fantastic. Duntroon, troop transport, we were not even aware of actual presence. Right, we find a allied transport there. We actually continue to hit the Duntroon. Oh, beautiful. Now, this is fantastic. We have a lot of ships over here. We do absolutely need to be mindful of that. I'm very pleased that we do have our surface ships to be coming down here shortly. We can see more shipping out here as well. This is good news. Let's see what we can do here. I think this is a turn where he's going to lose a lot of ships. Severe casualties, so there are men aboard these ships. This is fantastic. I don't know whether we've caught him in the midst of an evacuation or the midst of a reinforcement, but either way, we have caught him at an opportune time here. Yep, she goes down. And that is the first raid there at Noumea. So we can see there, heavy fires, heavy damage. Sunk, heavy fires, heavy damage. Whoa! Ho ho ho! Oh man. 100 vehicles lost. Oh my. Oh. Now that is what we like to see here. That is 100 vehicles, ladies and gentlemen. 100 vehicles. That is an insane amount of numbers. Jesus Christ. And I don't know what they might be. I mean, let's pray that they would actually enforce Shermans, because that would have been beautiful. We have more to come here. There's going to be further raids against the ship in here. I mean, I don't know if he actually has any naval assets in this area. The thing is, if it was already here, it could be punished and destroyed. It wouldn't be able to escape, and if it does come to actually join the battle, it will be punished as well. So that is then a result that... I'm getting too excited to actually speak here. I'm so goddamn nervous. This turn has got me on edge, and that is a great way to start out our raid here. And let's see what do we have over Comac. Oh, hello there, Lancashire. Oh, here we go. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Severe casualties as well. Oh my god. Hello there, AT. Yep. The attacks from Kiributai are just beginning here. Ooh. Torpedo hit there. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The D3A1 Vals are really earning their pay here at the moment. The B5N2 Kate's really earning their pay as well. Ooh, I think she's dead, Jim. I think she is dead. Lancashire as well. Apparently she's been identified as a light cruiser. Very interesting. Yep, she's gone down there. Lancashire, come on, let's get some hits in there. Come on, let's destroy the entire formation. Yep, she goes down as well. Ooh, we don't get a hit on the Lancashire, but I imagine we will do in the future. Oof, oh my god. 183 casualties reported, 74 non-combatant destroyed, 38 disabled, 1 engineer destroyed, 72 vehicles lost here, 53 destroyed, 19 disabled. We will be able to pick up these other ships here as the day goes on as well. This is fantastic results so far. I mean, take a look at that. That's 172 vehicles destroyed so far. Yeah, I can imagine he's not going to like this turn. This is our glory days. Let's hope it continues. Very late sweep there. I mean, the storms aren't helping us. Are we not going to see any further... Ooh, something's gone down there. Right, air operations phase PM. Okay. Yep. Aquitania. We just saw something there, Allied DD. He might actually be trying to hit us. Let's see how this goes. The good news is we do have a Kargi and Kargi to the north as well with our surface assets. But we did have something reported, or at least indicating the presence of a interesting. We've either spotted a carrier there or they've spotted our carriers. I'm hoping that he's not aware of the other half of Caledonia, which is actually over Luganville at the moment, and she's going to be able to protect the forces there, and if anything comes to actually try and ambush us, they're going to be in for a shock. Yeah, definitely a beautiful sight here. Another turn they've been offloaded, yeah, exactly. I mean, this is it. He's probably got some of those men and vehicles offloaded, but this is it. If we can really hurt him, that's exactly what we need. I'm hoping that we see further raids from Caledonia. Lots of reconnaissance here. Aircraft landing. Come on, I want to see some actual airstrikes. Oh, please say that we have more. Ooh, hello, more submarine activity. What do we have here? Kushing. She's off the coast to survive. Very interesting. She's attacking our submarine here. She's attacking the I-15. Eluding, near miss. Okay, so the submarine is taking damage here. I don't know if the I-15 was a submarine that was already hit. But we are aware now. Ooh, okay. I-15 might go down here. She's taken some damage there. 4 hits to her. We'll see how she does. It's not saying heavy damage or anything like that, but we'll see how that goes. Yeah, hugging the bottom. I don't know if we'll see any further. Oh, hello. Bottoming out, okay. We weren't entirely sure what we saw there. And we see I-19. What do we have here, then? This is off the coast of Palmyra, actually. Now, this is very important information, because even if we don't hit anything, it does give us an idea of what is here. So we know he has surface assets here as well. Oh, come on, damn. I was hoping that we'd see further airstrikes from Caledonia, but I suppose 2 will have to do for now. Obviously, we do have tomorrow to get into position and really continue the pain. Right, so we have the shock attack at Xinjiang to retake this city. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to take that. It looks as though the Chinese are continuing to pull out of Chengchao. Yeah, I think we got him. And the 34th Division, I do believe, has finally pulled out and is now safe. I'm hoping so. I don't know if they're actually still here. They probably will still be around here. It might take them about 2 days, but it's not going to be long before they can pull out. Yep, Xinjiang has fallen. Banzai indeed. Yeah, that unit should be destroyed. 12 casualties. And over 1,000 allied casualties reported there. The unit does retreat, but it should be annihilated with minimal effort there. 25 guns lost, 83 squads destroyed, 29 squads destroyed, 26 disabled, 2. And yeah, fantastic. Let's see. I am worried about Manila. Sorry, about Clark, so we'll see how the turn goes. Or does he not actually attack us at Clark? No, I don't think he's actually going to attack us at Clark. Oh, Banzai. Tenno Hiker Banzai indeed. Okay. Well, that's been an incredibly positive turn there. We did see a patrol boat obliterated. We did see one of our submarines actually hit a mine. And we did see another submarine off the coast of survive. Well, off the coast of Pago take damage there. But we have definitely racked up a tally of ships there. Interestingly, we haven't seen a single US warship or a single allied warship. I suppose other than the actual Cushing and that patrol boat. But that's not really a warship, is it? Very interesting. Okay, Yokosuka KUK-1 arrives. Yep, so that's the G4M1s that are going to be obviously in the area then to run the ASW attacks. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and there we have the turn. So much to unpack there. We see a lot of submarines over here. And there's just a lot here to unpack. Now, I do find it interesting, there was a report of an allied destroyer around here somewhere, so we do need to take that into account. Right, so we do see a troop transport here. Yes, we'll take a look at the ship losses rather quickly. Rather soon, actually. Yeah, that went really well. We see a ship over here. We do still see 2 transports in here. It's a shame, actually, because these guys may still be unloading. I don't know whether they could still be unloading or whether they've been loaded. We do have an idea. Ooh, that's a lot of men there. 4,720 men. That's going to be rough. We don't know what is in this area over here. Another troop transport over here. So yeah, that's going to be rough. It's not as bad as I feared. They only have 19 guns, supposedly only one armored fighting vehicle. I think we might have been really quite lucky there and destroyed the vast majority of the actual AFVs that might have been potentially unloaded. We'll take a look at that submarine shortly. It didn't seem as if it sank, but we'll check on that one. But yeah, we'll continue to punish them. What we'll do here then is Kitabutai is going to be responsible for controlling the oceans around here, for controlling the actual Pacific around this area. She is not going to be using her aircraft to actually attack the garrison. For example, we will be using our 4 battleships, as well as probably the majority of the heavy cruisers to actually shell Noumea. Now, if the situation doesn't look too particularly appealing, what we will do then is actually land forces over here to Comac. At the end of the day, it would be preferable that we take Noumea, but we can always look at our options and we can always set up shop elsewhere. We don't particularly have to set up shop over here at New Caledonia. We'll assess the situation as it develops, but we don't have to land at New Caledonia. We are gathering our forces over here at Luganville. We'll take Luganville with this element of the 144th Infantry Regiment next turn. Now, what I've been rather interested in seeing really is the degree of preparation on the other islands. And in reality, we kind of do have what we need already in the former Savai. It would take us a couple of days, but I could potentially use Savai to serve the exact same purpose of which I'd use Noumea. Obviously, it would be a much poorer alternative, and it wouldn't be one I'd ideally prefer. Of course, we already do have the island, so it's not particularly too bothersome. Of course, there's a fair amount of men over here. Hello there, Chainsaw Joe. We're very happy due to the sheer amount of ships that we've actually been able to hit this turn. Right, Palmyra. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, apparently tankers over here. Very interesting. I could actually send I-24 over here as well. As we do see patrol boats potentially. AM is probably a patrol boat, but tankers, very interesting. See, the thing is, if we are to hit these tankers over here, that might delay any sort of counterattack significantly. Now, we do see a lot of submarines over here. Thankfully, our actual transports managed to make out of here. Yep, you can see that there's a lot of forces over here. Sub-patrol over here. Okay, very good. Right. We do have the AMC over here as well, but the ACM, which is obviously our mine lane vessel. Now, the thing is, he does have 2 submarines over here, supposedly at KWJ. Now, if we take a look at KWJ, do we have any mines? Is any mines laid here? It doesn't look as if there's any mines laid here, which is a shame. So we'll try to endeavour to lay down a minefield, but for the most part, we've got through that quite nicely. Okay, we do have the Chichijima Special Base Force. I'm going to have to redeploy that elsewhere, than more than likely. It's good to see you there, Chainsaw. Right, let's see here. We are aware that they were the actual patrol boats. AVD, Heavy Cruiser DD, 2 sub-chasers, a PG. I don't know. He might be at Pearl Harbor. I don't know if he's here. Well, I mean, this is it. We were kind of working with the idea that there might be carriers over here at Pearl Harbor. Now, I'm not seeing anything suggesting that they left this turn. We might have missed them, which is entirely possible. We'll have to go for the operations report and really try to gather some information. But we know, really, so far, so good. We've hit quite a lot of his shipping, well, a lot of his shipping elements around here. And that is very important. I mean, I can't believe that we destroyed over 100. We destroyed almost 200 AFVs, and that is a fantastic... Oh, it might have actually gone down here, unless this is it. Oh, right, so this would actually be the submarine that was hit by the mine there. Okay, she has taken a lot of damage there. She is quite hurt. She may make it out. She may make it. She has enough fuel. She's only moving about 4 knots, but she may make it out of here. She's doing the right thing and moving at cruise speed. Okay. Interestingly enough, we didn't actually see our raid hit Singapore over here. I'm going to say that's due to the weather. A heavy cruiser over here, intriguing. Okay, now... He does have some slight detection over Singapore, the Singapore Express here at the moment. But you know what, I'm actually pretty shocked that he hasn't attacked the 16th Division. That I am very shocked about. That is actually fantastic news for us as well. Absolutely fantastic news. Because that means that potentially next turn, they might not arrive. These guys, let's see, the 33rd Division, okay, so they're about 23 miles into a 46-mile journey. They may make it either tomorrow or the day after. But the good news is our division will fight all the harder now that it's actually got some time to sort of prepare itself. The longer he waits here, the worse things will be for him. Yeah, 39,000 men, almost 40,000 men, 427 guns, 325 armored fire vehicles. I honestly expected him to launch a counterattack here, but thankfully that has not come to pass, and I am very grateful for that. Very grateful. Yeah, I honestly expected a fight over here. Okay, the Cure first SLF, yep, they're going to be over here next turn. So tomorrow they will be at Mount Ban. And I think there's only a couple armoured fighting vehicles over here. They're probably starved for the most part by now, or at least, yeah, they're not going to be in too great a shape. So that's good, we'll be able to hit them then. Okay, so we have our 3,000 men over here, the Yokosuka, Sasebo, all these different units over here, fantastic. Now, we'll make the decision as to whether we invade Mindanao. It might be worthwhile to actually invade Mindanao. It might be worth it to go straight for Borneo, but I do kind of like the idea of hitting Mindanao first. Obviously, it would then give us a position here to base our men and launch further attacks. But it would obviously go a long way to actually the full conquest of the Philippines. Let's take a look at the ship sunk list then, shall we? Okay then. Let's take a look at last turn. Okay, so, last turn. Quite a few ships here. Now, this might not even be the actual total tally. Oh, look at that, 34 points there. That's going to leave a mark. That is certainly going to leave a mark. 15,500 tons there. Troop capacity 5,600, 2,200 troop capacity. Yeah, so the cargo capacity, good speed there. Destroyed on the 1st of January. So let's take a look at this then. So we have a Euro M cargo class. She's not too large, about 4,220 tons, but still, this is all very good for us to be able to take down. The Iron Chieftain, she's gone down as well, another Euro M. The Wee White Dogs have no honourable. They cover behind. Yeah, they cower behind their women. Mindanao should be taken with Borneo, yeah. I think we'll probably, I don't know, I'm preparing for the south coast of Borneo. It might be prudent, I don't know. I'm gonna go with the idea of invading the island of Mindanao first, as obviously then it would go a long way to secure our position over there, and of course help to secure the Philippines and wipe out any possible resistance there. The Jalajan. The Jalajan. So she's a Dominion M cargo class. Now she is slightly larger than the Euro M class, about 5,305 tons there, but very good capacity. I mean, this is, we don't know what sort of equipment we might have sunk as well. Now this is the really nice prize over here, the Hugh L. Scott. The Harris class belonged to the US Navy there. So 1,700 troops. 2,200 cargo, but she's actually armed with fairly decent AA weaponry there. Yep, she's gonna hurt. That's another 20 points there. We did lose the Tamamaru, but that's not too bad. Now, of course, further ships may have very well been lost. We did see a few of them actually go down, and they may not have actually been counted due to the fact that we lost sight of them. But in essence, very good result there for us. We have learnt our lesson over here at Sarabaja, however the hell you pronounce it, so we'll be able to learn and proceed in the future. We are still looking at having supplies move their way down here. Looks like some supplies will be heading in here, only 253 tons. We do have some additional SNLF, that's a good result there. Okay, 740 men over here, not too bad. Okay. 131 assault value. Has the reinforcements arrived here yet? They're seemingly taking a long time. Fast transport. Jesus, that has taken a long time. We actually did not see an attack over here at Mersing. 15,000 troops. It looks as though he might potentially pull some units back over here. Now that's very interesting. That's very interesting. So at least 10 different ships sunk, all transports. I will definitely slow down his offensive later on. I think it's going to hurt him. I think it is going to hurt him. We definitely saw that we did take out troops, which is fantastic as well. I mean, the amount of armored fighting vehicles that we did destroy there is going to be, I'm gonna assume quite harmful, very harmful, at least in the short term. Obviously, we'll be able to replace those losses, but that's good. That's very good for us. Okay, so the divisions over here. Let's take a look. Then the 116th and the 39th. Might be another 2 days, yeah, maybe a day or 2 days. I'm going to say about 2 days before they arrive in position once again. The 22nd Division did obviously take a beating, but they're still up and ready for action. They would be able to continue here. I know, it feels good, man, doesn't it? It feels good. We will be taking the battle then to Wenchao. And with that, for the most part, we'll have the conquest of the south actually brought to completion here. Of course, we do need to secure the bases at Kukong and over here at Kanchian as well. But that isn't going to take us too long. There's only a, caretaking garrison over here. There it goes. 3,740 men. Not a huge garrison either there. With the Allied bomber raid on Mersing, what happened after that? Okay, let's go for the actual combat reports then, shall we? Right, so that was a shame, the I-124 there. But she may yet survive. She looks like she might survive, so that's not too bad. Vito. 2 torpedoes on fire, heavy damage, but I don't know if she was confirmed sunk, possibly. The Tamamaru was sunk by the Pompano. Obliterated, in fact. The Rangatata, 2 torpedoes there, heavy damage. Yeah, we saw the Gudgeon over there, just to the south of Kaido. Yeah, but that's what we needed there. The President Coolidge, 1 hit there, 2 guns lost. Caledonia, she did actually manage to escape us here. The Iron Chieftain, yep, she did not escape us as far as we can see here. And then, of course, we proceed on to the Hugh L. Scott. She did survive the first initial attack there, just outside of Nardi. And then we can see here the unloading at Luganville, the Ragatira, she does actually survive. The Hugh L. Scott torpedoes, yeah, takes 2 torpedoes there. On fire, heavy damage, and she does go down. 24 casualties, as far as we can tell, probably more on board as well, so that is a very good result there. We see our sweeps over Medan, obviously that didn't really lead to much, but the Ki-48 1B raid there that goes in does actually destroy some 130, well, it destroys a 139 and damages some others on the ground. The morning air attack over Mersing, so we can see the 5 Oscars over here. We'll have to take a look at that situation. It may very well be due down to the weather that prevents us from really getting in there. Oscars, trying to do their best. 28 casualties. But yeah, he has not attacked at Mersing, and it actually looks as if he's pulling out of Mersing, which is actually rather impressive. I think that might be what may be to come, to be honest. It might be that ultimately we do finally win control of Mersing. That would be amazing. At the end of the day, he's pulled out a lot of men there. And I'm not gonna ram my division down there, but if we can hold those 15,000 men in that position, it's gonna really put pressure on him. I think he's feeling the pressure to the north as our men are making their way down south as well. Okay, B-17s and Buffaloes, B-17s there. And then we see the first raid here from Kitabutai, 12 A5M4 Claws, 23 A6M2 22 D3A1 Vals. As we see the Duntroon take 4 bomb hits there, heavy fires, heavy damage, 5 bomb hits there on the Fiofano and the Nyarana. I don't know if they were actually listed, I think we've seen additional ones here. But yeah, 100 vehicles destroyed there, 35 destroyed, 65 disabled. I mean, this is all that we know about. I don't know what the actual losses in reality could have been. I don't know how accurate these numbers are, but I'm hoping it's actually worse than even we are seeing here. But yeah, the Lancashire actually did manage to get out of here, luckily. She received 0 damage. Though, this is a rather interesting one. So we only saw 18 B5 and 2Ks. It's a shame that we didn't actually hit the Lancashire. That would have been fantastic. But we do see another 72 vehicles lost there. Very good. And it could be just setting up a force to contain Mersing while regrouping for your other forces. More than likely, but the thing is, I think that signals the fact that he's no longer going to be attempting to drive us out from Mersing. I think he's just basically accepted the situation and he's, yeah, just going to allow it, I suppose. That's what I'm looking at from there. Let's hope those AFVs weren't big bobs, yeah. Oh dear. Right, the I-15, she did take some hits. We'll have to take a look at her. I-19, yep. Is that the Reliance? And then we had our shock attack at Xinjiang. That actually does win us the city back. Deals quite a lot of damage there. It's a shame that we actually didn't completely annihilate the unit, considering the sheer amount of troops and assault value here. He will be confused when he sees the A5M4. Yeah, I can imagine he will be. But the A5M4s are going to be extraordinarily important in the battles to come. So, we know there is around about 5,000 men on the island. I'm going to just say about 5,000 men on the island. But what is quite handy is there's only 19 guns and supposedly 1 AFV here. These numbers may actually increase tomorrow, but we'll see about that. But for now, we have really put a stop to the major reinforcement here. Can you imagine if the actual AFVs had been able to actually touch down on Noumea? That would have been quite a bad situation. We can see here then... okay, so he's aware then all of our landed forces over here, then that's a shame. Of these men as well. He is, however, not aware of the New Caledonia Express over here then. So we still have over 1,000 men he's actually not aware of now. Fantastic. You knocked out... oh, by the way, can you change the captain of the I-17? He's terrible, he misses all the time. Yeah, we'll have to do that, won't we, when we get the chance. Oh dear. Right, I mean, we did quite well off of Auckland. We did miss a target, but it is really giving us quite a lot of success here. Okay, so we can see then 2 heavy cruisers, supposedly, further troop transports. Very interesting. Very interesting. I-9. Yep, fully operational. How much ammunition? 66% torpedo munitions. I-17, she has 22% of torpedo munitions. She's used some of her gun munitions as well, but we still have the capability to continue to fight here. But the good news is, I mean, I think we have really struck at a very opportune time here. And obviously we've gone south at the speed of which we can manage. We did dally slightly. I think it's one of those things, if we'd have not... if we'd have possibly moved forward... with Kidabutai, rather than spending a day at the Duff Islands, we might have been in a position to hit them, but then again, I suppose the thing is, it's like, he discovered us here. I don't know how close his forces could have been, but yeah, he's taken a pounding over here. It's very interesting to see that he's actually reinforced New Caledonia to a great degree. I think there's going to be a lot of discussion over what we do here at New Caledonia, because the thing is, it's like, it would be obviously quite, nice to take Noumea. But we don't have to. We'll look at what will net us ultimately the greatest victory. The thing is, it's like, yes, we have a lot of planning for Noumea. I think we could take Noumea. I think that is a resistance that could be broken. I don't know if I would like to actually land at Noumea. I think I'd probably choose to land at Comac, and then use Comac as actually like a base there. Okay. Yeah, I might land here to the north of Comac. It doesn't look as if the resistance here is as great, though it's hard to say. It is hard to say. I know, obviously, this is going to be the one that's fortified the most. Hit more ships outside of New Zealand, lol. It will be fun. So much fun. Yeah. Yep, I think what we'll be doing here, then, is potentially another day here with Kidabutai. He's aware now then that Zuikaku, Shokaku, Soru and Hiru are here as well. So he's aware of our force disposition. I think it's the right choice for us actually to recombine Kidabutai. Let's take a look at the fuel situation. Okay, so 2 of the destroyers, yeah, the fuel has been expended. We can see here that Zuikaku did take some damage here, systems damage. Shiranai, or Shiranu, did take some damage here as well. The other carrier, Shikaku's got a decent amount of systems damage. Yeah, Hiro, Soru, not too bad. Soru is able to continue for quite a while, actually. But yeah, we do have fuel to really sustain action, which is what we need here. So are the carriers going east to hit Fiji shipping next turn? Could they even get that far in one day? In one day, let's see here. We're still able to make 9 knots, but obviously that would... Sorry, 9 hexes per day. That would use a lot of fuel, though. More fuel than I could really allow. We only made about 1 day at full speed to actually get in a position here to hit the shipping around New Caledonia. We won't be able to repeat that again. We could, but it'd be very, very risky. It would be very dangerous. It'd be very bold, and it would net results, but if we take a look over here, then... We can see there's 2 ships. We do have a lot of submarines in this area, so we'll use those guys to actually really hunt down the enemy. I think we're doing quite well. The good news is we have submarines at every one of these ports over here, which is very good. Obviously, this is going to make it hard for him. So the just read that one actually. Okay. Yeah, so we can see our logistical forces are coming over here then to follow up. Very good. What dive bombers have we got at the moment? We have the D3A1 Vals aboard Kidabutai. Yeah, so there we go. So you can see the 15th Base Force over here, just a few days north of Luganville. We have fuel over here, the tanker, interestingly enough, on her own. Strange. Yeah, we have our supplies over here. I think I was hoping to have them actually combined, but it seems like... yes, okay. But the good news is we do have 2 submarine tenders there. We also have a aircraft tender. We have 2 patrol boats. Lots of endurance aboard these ships as well. They don't need fuel to operate once they're in position. And yeah, this is fantastic. I think your best bet is put down in resistance around Numair before moving on. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think it's going to hurt him. I think it's going to hurt him. I think we struck him at a pretty opportune time, which is really quite nice. Okay, so we don't have a huge amount of information here about the garrison of Naval. Yeah, definitely. It looks as though there isn't a presence on these islands, so that's good to know. So what's the state of the mined submarine? It's about 50% damaged, but it is alive. I-124. Yep, she's crippled here for the moment. She's only making 4 knots. Now, it depends really whether the damage increases. She may potentially go down next turn. But we'll see. She has a chance to survive here. And it seems like you have done a brilliant job with your subs. They're scoring kills every day, whereas THG subs are not doing much at the moment. Yeah, I mean, this is it. We're really encountering quite a lot of luck. I mean, obviously that is due to the moonlight being at 100%, so that is fantastic. It really helps submarines across the board increase that effectiveness, as obviously they can see much better at night then. Of course, it works for everybody else, but it's definitely handy when you're hunting at night to be able to have that additional bit of light in. Run another reconnaissance mission over Numeria or 2 heavy cruisers, yep, definitely. I mean, this is it. All the reconnaissance flights are now well within range of New Caledonia, so we'll be able to increase the accuracy of our actual reports. But I think we can take our time. I think what we'll do is potentially build up Luganville. Because this is it, I suppose he is going to be expecting us to land here at New Caledonia immediately. And he does have the benefit of actually having some supply production over here, so he's not going to starve at New Caledonia. Well, he's not going to starve there. But we can build up our forces, and we can continue to actually pummel him from afar, really. I will look at running reconnaissance down here at Fiji, because at the end of the day, we might take a look at what he actually has here. And this is the thing, we also need to recognize the value of when to ignore an island, of when to bypass an island and come back to it later when it's been starved. We can definitely do that. Fiji could be left to starve. Definitely could be left to starve over here. Very good. Whenever subs near Osthaven going, they're on a patrol basically. What happens is they move to the north and then back down here. I do have a submarine patrol outside of Batavia. It's a shame here actually, I kind of regret going down that way now, but at least we know that does lead to a mined path. So that's a shame. Okay. Well, this is it, but it seems as if he has potentially 2 heavy cruisers down here, 5 ships there. That could have been the force from Fiji. And this is it. I mean, I think we'd have to pay New Zealand a visit, really. I think we would have to. But there's a lot down here. The fact is, we're actually hitting his forces here as well. So that's really hurting him. He's finding it difficult to really maneuver his forces here. We have a couple submarines off the coast of Australia. One of these, the I-10 is actually on her way to New Caledonia as well, so that's fantastic. So let's take a look then. Now, Johnson Island, we don't see anything as of yet. With a submarine I-2. But off of Palmyra, yeah, those tankers are very enticing targets. We may send the submarine over here to Palmyra, but we did detect activity over Christmas Island, so we'll take a look at the situation there. So let's take a look at our signal intelligence then. Okay. We're interestingly enough not seen any heavy activity, which is interesting. Of course, our signal intelligence is absolutely mediocre. So let's take a look at this then. Jesus, I wish these guys would actually be able to do that. Orders return to cow due to damage. Resumes patrol, that's good news. Yeah, I mean, you are right there, Carl. If we actually do hit his tankers, that is really gonna hurt him. At the end of the day, this isn't a test. This is a test of endurance more than anything. And if we win the test of endurance, that is a big win. Very large. You guys are gonna get so tired of winning. Okay. Now, the actual naval bombers should be doing that work. Honestly, they're not very good at it, but the thing is, we are definitely aware of his submarines, and that is going to help us out significantly. Okay. Yep, allied tanker there. Interesting. Shokaku and Zuikaku. 112, 160, 113, 156. We'll take a look at that. A5M4 Claude from Chito's KUS crashes on landing, that's a shame. Okay. G4M1 Betty from Kanoya KUK crashes on landing. Grounded due to maintenance at Kagoshima. From Takao KUK, yeah. Damaged on landing. Written off. Damaged on landing, crashes on landing. F1M2 Pete from Chikuma is written off. Yeah, one over here grounded, and Bihoro grounded. Grounded with kill number 2. Okay. Interestingly enough, we did see the Aquitania class reported hit there. So whether that means that we actually did cause damage to the ship, or whether it has just been basically reported as damaged, I'm not entirely sure what that one means then exactly. Yes, those are doing great work. Your big problem is your limited numbers of them. I think the Imperial Japanese Navy only had 190 subs at most during the war. Yeah. I think he is worse overall with logistics. Look how little he had reinforced on his islands. I think this is it. I don't know. I think he's been put in a difficult situation because I suppose for a while he might have been unsure as to where we were going for. Obviously, once he had a clear idea of where we'd be hitting, I suppose he's had to scramble. Okay, so we've seen some forces upgrade over here, so the KYJ base forces upgraded. Yep, the base forces in the Philippines have been, in the Marshalls have been upgraded. The 32nd's been upgraded, the 38th has been upgraded. Fantastic. Taking replacements over here. That's very good news. Very, very good news. Okay, have you looked at the airplane losses this turn? No, not yet. That is a very good thing to take account of. Okay, so aircraft losses. Let's see if we see anything out of the ordinary here. Oh, unfortunately not. Yes, unfortunately not. In fact, it's mostly reconnaissance craft there. 1-0's lost his turn, but still not bad. Still not bad. We do lose 2 F1M2 Peats, 1 to flak and 1 to operational. That is very expensive. Yeah, so she went down with Haruna, Ikushima, the Jinsu, and the MC Hakoku Maru. Right. So that would have netted us some victory points this time, which is quite nice. I suppose I could actually just take a look at it here in the future, actually. That's fine. Okay. So let's take a look at our group reinforcement schedule. So in 13 days we'll have additional like KI-57s, they're going to come in quite handy. It's only 24 days until we have another light carrier v Shoho, which is very good. Make sure you hit those ships near the outside of New Man, moving towards Australia. Yep, I believe we will have to. Unfortunately, we can't rebuild Haruna. We can rebuild her squadron, but not Haruna herself, which is a shame. But we have inflicted some quite heavy damage. I'd love it if we could actually take a look at the damage inflicted to his ground forces. That'd be nice to see. But yeah, very happy about the amount of armoured fighting vehicles he's lost there. That's going to hurt him. Okay, ship availability. Right. Yep, not long. We'll also have the ignition in about 53 days, sorry, 56 days as well. Yunyo will be arriving in April. Very good. And on the same day we gain a tanker too, very nice. Yep, and then we'll have Yamato and Unyo. She's only an escort carrier, but Yamato will be arriving on the 30th of May. Then Hiyo will be arriving. Fantastic. Indeed, we will build bigger. The reconnaissance planes in your heavy cruisers, yeah. I believe the one from... I think we'd lost one of the F1M2 Peats over here. Yeah, she was from Chikuma. Yes, it looks like the F1M2 Peats squadron over here did take some losses. Yeah, there's no aircraft available here. So we can see here that the AA is quite dangerous. Junyo. Yeah, my pronunciations are awful. Technique and precision beats sheer muscle and size, but man, Yamato is going to be fantastic. We will have her to support the carriers. Definitely. Okay. Lol. Very good result there. Now, another main thing here, then, is the fact that we have restarted the armament production. Yeah, the Congo class is good. I'm not going to lie, it's a shame that we lost her. But we'll see what we can do in the future. I wish he had not detected all my forces here, but I suppose this was always going to happen. It doesn't have perfect information, so I'm hoping that he won't have a clear picture of what's going on here. But the good news is that Kiributai 2 Electric Boogaloo is, yeah, she didn't have to use her planes in anger, so that's not too bad. But our air squadrons over here have scored kills, and that is what we needed. And they've obviously only just arrived in the area, so that's very good. Okay. I'm hoping that will have actually inspired our squadrons. Yes, okay. In fact, we'll take a look at the actual bombers then, shall we? I'd like to see if there's been an increase in the pilot experience at all. I've not seen any greens here, but I've not seen any reds either, so that's good. So they maintain their skills at the moment. Hello there, Alfonso. Very good. How are we looking for munitions on the carriers? That's the important thing to bear in mind here. Right, Hiru. She did use a few torpedoes there. She only has 27 remaining. 27 aboard Soru, 45 aboard Shokaku, and 45 aboard Zuikaku. Yeah, we do need to take them to actually have ships looked after. But that will have to come in time. They have a job to do. And they're pulling it off, which is very good. Now, the thing is, we don't have any evidence as to where his carriers might be. This turn, at least. I'm still thinking probably Pearl Harbor, as that does make the most sense. But what does worry me is the fact, have we missed the carriers? Have we missed the bus, basically? Are they there, or have they pulled out? I mean, this is it. It's hard to know about that. It is hard to say. And of course, I'm trying to build a timeline based on a potential American carrier raid leaving yesterday. Well, today, really. Yesterday, today. Something around that area. They might already be at sea. And that is what worries me. Now, the H-6Ks over here are having issues, obviously, due to the bloody maintenance of the aircraft themselves. We do still have at least 9 in this area that are operational. We do still have at least some down here operational at Tarawa. Obviously, they've suffered greatly for the cause, but at least some of them are operational, which is what we want. We do have 20 G4M1s over here, more to follow, but we also do have 2 H-6K4 Mavises operational as well. Yep, okay, so we do have 2,000 men over here, almost 2,500 men. My bet is they are preparing a raid from Hawaii. Yeah, this is what we're expecting, or well, what we were expecting to happen is a raid from Pearl Harbor. I don't know, it's one of these things of, we'll see what happens. I think he might commit, well, he might wait for me to commit to this area. The thing is, we're not going to go north with Kiributai. The thing is, we are going to commit to this area, and we are not going to leave this area. We can't afford to. We do not have the fuel to do that. We don't have the means to do so. And also, we could, but I think we'd be chasing ghosts. If an American carrier force does show itself off the coast of the Marshalls, there's not a whole lot I can really do other than just, like, grit my teeth and bear it for the most part. We're not going to go chasing it. 2 ships sighted over here. We were aware of some warships over here. It's not historical, but I believe, can you build the Amagi-class battlecruiser? We unfortunately can't. We only get what the Japanese received historically. We can change when it appears, but we can't construct entirely new ships, really. Which is a shame. Yep, she's still not aware of Congo. She's making her merry little progress now. The good news is she can actually maintain mission speed, which is fantastic. Okay. Yep, our headquarters will be unloading over here now. Yeah, that feels bad. We'll dock all 42,000 tons of it, and that should really expedite the actual unloading process. Yep, so you can see already we have 64 engineers, 4 vehicles, 28 units of, well, 28 pieces of flak. Support's really increasing now. Very good, very good. Do you have any aces yet? We'll have to check, but I don't believe we have any aces as of yet. We've got plenty of pilots with like 4 kills, but no aces as of yet. Right, the airfield's expanding. Good. Okay. Let's take a look at what we actually have here, man. Oh, I don't think the naval headquarters has yet actually started to unload, so that's quite cool then. Yes, the 20th Independent Engineering Regiment is actually quite decent. There's a lot of engineers though, so they've got to be coming from somewhere. Oh wow, holy shit, that's a lot of engineers. Okay, wow, that is impressive. This unit here is going to be amazing. I'd like to really use that one across the board, because that is a lot of engineers. And the fact that they have engineering vehicles is amazing. good result there. Okay, so we are in position now, and we are only a few miles out here from Chengchao. We'll begin to advance on his position, as we must. So we're going to bring to bear over 3,000 assault value there in China. All are ordered to march and follow. Yep. So we have the 25th, 14th, 24th, 12th, 29th, 3rd Independent Mixed Brigade and the 37th Division here. They are leading the charge. 3,240 assault value, 330 engineers, 49,094 frontline infantry, 64,189 second line troops, 1,190 vehicles, and 1,096 guns. That's going to be quite handy. They're eating a lot of supply though. So we'll have to figure out how we can supply them. Yeah, exactly. It's a shame that we lost Aruna, but we'll avenge her in time, and we will avenge her. I mean, I do wonder. I wonder, really, if THG would actually use some battleships from Pearl Harbor. I'd imagine he more than likely will do. I know that our Pearl Harbor strike wasn't fantastic, so I could actually really foresee him actually using some battleships, which would be rather remarkable, actually. But the thing is, it could be very good to actually take these battleships out rather early if they were to come, rather than allow them to be refitted later on with superior AA suites, really. So we'll see what we can do. That's a lot of artillery. Lots of armor. Okay, so they will arrive in, I'd say, about 3 days. 3 to 4 days. They are moving over clear terrain. And let's take a look at the road. Can I see the road, please? There we go, okay. It's not a highway as such, but it's still a decent road. So make some good progress there. The important thing is we do not have to cross a river here. And that is what is most important. We don't have to deal with that river shit. So he's not going to receive any help here. I mean, ideally I'd like to make it to Chengchao before he actually pulls out, and I'd like to actually catch him like halfway between it. Basically, catch him in a position where I can actually strike half his forces with my full force, while the other men of his Chinese armies pull back, really. Yeah. Okay. Oh dear. Okay. So we did see submarines, well, attacking us over here by Ominato. So we are aware of raids over here. We're aware of a lot of allied submarines here in this area too as well. Though we do have now 17 G4M1s that are going to be patrolling the seas here. And even if they're there just to spot the enemy submarines, that is definitely going to help my SW assets. We've each lost some submarines. Ideally, I think he's lost submarines. I can't be certain, but I'm pretty sure some of them have gone down. Okay, we are unloading over here. It's a level 3 port, so it could be raided. I can't create any PT boats here. Can I create any PT boats over here at KYJ? I could actually create some. I don't know whether they actually receive any, like, fuel. So what we're going to do here, then, is quickly... Well, we'll save it down here at the bottom, actually. Right, turn 26-1. We'll just save it here. I'm just going to see if I can actually create some PT boats. Because if I can create some PT boats at K1J, that'd be quite nice. Could try to punish his actual submarines there. I mean, I don't imagine they'd be able to escape the PT boats. But he's been extremely bold with his submarines here. I think he's probably trying to raid the actual port itself. Which is quite feasible, really. Just make sure it's saved here. I'm just going to have a drink of water in the meantime. Hello there, Tim. Okay, so in the actual turn, we've had a lot of success. A whole bunch of success. Kitabutai did launch effective raids down here. And the ships that we sank off New Caledonia did lead to something in the region of not quite far off 200 armoured vehicles being lost at sea for THG. At least 184 men at Comac, about 24 outside of Nardi, but obviously that is only a small amount of men that we can see lost. He's probably taken some quite severe losses there. The Lancashire at Comac, though, has survived, and she will have a day to unload. So it's going to be an interesting situation. We'll see really how it goes. But, to be honest, we aren't rushing here, which is quite good. The good news... hello there, dude one. Don't worry, we'll be able to go over things as we go through it. But yeah, the good news here is due to the fact that we'll have control of Luganville next turn. If necessary and if required, I could just unload my troops over here at Luganville and just really build up the time, well, allow some time to pass and really build up our control of the area. I don't have to land immediately because I control the seas. So we'll use Kidabutai to make sure that is a fact, and to be honest, I could actually have bombers make their way down here to Luganville. If we unload some engineers, I can actually build up an air base over here. You have to sink the US ships before they bolt. Yeah, before they bolt and weld. Oh, bolt and weld an AA gun to every single square millimeter of deck space. Yeah, pretty much. We'll try and get the hell out of there. Well, we'll try and get them the hell out of there. Our forces are loading back up over here as well. There's only 136 of them remaining. 336 over here. Okay, so this one will be done in good order. It has not been detected, so fantastic. It's a shame I don't know what numbers are over here at Rabal, because it would be very nice to try and pull off some sort of raid there if the numbers were extraordinarily weak. But we don't have information to do anything with that, or do anything like that. But the good news is we will have, let's see here, 510 troops. Obviously there's still a couple of troops remaining on the island itself. How many men are still ashore? So we're looking at, yeah, 150 give or take. Sorry, 160 men there. Then there's what, okay. Not too bad, then 600, so yeah, 670-ish give or take over there at Win. And then over here at Tulagi, there's still 336 men, 251 men there support, and we have 237 men loaded. Yeah, so we'll have just over 1,000 men over here as well. A few hundred men at the very least. And then we can have them, yeah, we'll have them make their way down here to Luganville as well. So in reality, we can build up our forces over here at Luganville, and even though he does have a formidable garrison, that is going to take some time to work through. It says 4,720 men, but in reality, you would only be facing maybe 2,000 frontline troops. Which is still bad, don't get me wrong, but the beauty is we are able to employ battleships, we're able to employ heavy cruisers, and, well, aerial support as well. I'd say if the resistance is light at Comac, I'd prefer to land at Comac and then march down towards New Caledonia if required, as at least then we wouldn't be taking as many losses due to the unloading process, but we'll have to see really. We'll have to really take a look at the situation, gather information. We do have a couple days before we make any sort of landings like that. So that's good news. I may take control of these islands here. We'll discuss that one as time goes on. But yeah, I'd very much like to run some reconnaissance over here as well. I think what we'll do here then with Kibutai is I will have them move down to the south for the most part. Now I am going to have to spread some of this fuel out. I may take the other element of Kibutai and have it move down this way. And yeah, we want Kibutai to join back up together. At the end of the day, that is when they're strongest for the most part. So we do have to respect that. But so far, so good. I mean, of course, we do have our logistics to follow up. So that's 18,000 tons of supply there. We also then have 5,638 tons of fuel, another 5,797 tons of fuel, another 3,924 troops and their equipment. But obviously that is the base force there, so that's obviously not going to be doing any fighting. But they could be deployed on Luganville to actually build up the base there, actually give us an airfield, give us a decent port. And we could in effect use Luganville as our launching pad in the area. Yeah, use Espirito Santo as our launch pad. So we have control now. Well, next turn we'll have Luganville. We have the Elise Islands, well at least Funafuti, and we have part control of Savai here as well, in the Samoan Islands. So 1, 2, 3 here. Building up a cordon around Fiji, which is quite nice. I think you should wait with the other 2 islands and go for New Caledonia right away. No time to waste. Yes, perhaps. We'll take a look at the state of the men. It might be worth our time to unload. Jesus, is that how many men are here? Ah. I think they're all unloading, aren't they? Well, shit. Okay, I suppose in some ways that's a good and a bad thing. I was able to prefer them to have not unloaded, but we can make do with that. Okay. I suppose, yeah, okay, I can make do with that. I suppose at least they've unloaded all at the same time. That's not too bad. At the end of the day, I can actually really tailor the force now that we choose to actually go into New Caledonia. So that's not too bad. We can leave some ships behind here then to actually siphon fuel from, so that's not too bad at all then. Okay, yeah. At least now we do have some AA guns actually unloaded as well. These guys are using the 8cm/40 T88 AA guns as well. 13.2mm T93 AA machine guns, 7.7 T99 AA machine guns. Very good, okay. So we do have a okay assortment of AA, which is nice. That's something at least for us actually to use against any reconnaissance, for example. Couple guns there. Okay. Don't believe actually, no, I do have some engineers. That's good, then. So, what do we actually have on the islands? We have currently here 254 tons of supply, so not a huge amount of supply here. But what we'll do, then, is let's take a look. We'll capture the base next turn, and then we can actually begin to build up an airfield pretty quickly, actually. Right, shock attack, take the island. Yeah. But at least we do have a secure anchorage over here. And that is very important. We don't see any difficulties with the actual coral reefs over here. While as it goes over here by New Caledonia, there is difficulty in the actual coral reefs, which we'll obviously have to take advantage of. But I think we're in a good position right now. I think we are in a very good position. Another day of Kidabutai remaining on station around New Caledonia should see the seas swept clear. Very good result there. Apologies about getting tongue-tied. I've been a little bit ill at the moment, so I'm starting to get that, like, fog, as you could call it. But yeah, this has been a fantastic turn. Absolutely amazing. I don't think I could be happier with the results, to be honest. I mean, of course I could have been happier because we could have actually, yeah, I don't know, we might have been able to sink some actual warships. But, yeah, we hit the vast majority of our targets, and we have caused some significant damage that is going to, I think it's going to set THG reeling back for a while. I think it's going to hurt him. I don't think it's going to be a knockout blow, but it does establish our presence in the area in a big way, and it does help to round out the advantage we have down there now. Okay. Yokosuka's on that way, yep. Okay. The air headquarters, yep. Okay, so we have the 23rd Air Flotilla. Very good news. So, I think for the most part they're now in position. Just supply over here on the Amphibious Task Force. So that's good news then. So we do have increased amounts of aviation support over here. So if you take a look then, so we have 146 in total. We have all the support we need. We actually have 8 engineering vehicles, which is fantastic. That's going to really expedite the rate at which we actually build things here. 172 engineers as well, which is fantastic. So in effect, I could potentially build up the port, and I probably will build up the port, actually. I'd like to build up this port, obviously truck as much as possible, and potentially KYJ. Basically, we want to have a series of Pacific bases of which we can actually rearm and repair our warships for the most part. That'd be very handy. Okay. But a good result there. Good result. Now let's see, for example, if I wanted to upgrade my forces, could I do so? I don't have any fighters here to check that, so let's see. We'll take a look at these guys over here. Obviously, we do need to send them out to the rest of our squadron. Let's say, for example, I do want to upgrade them, well, technically downgrade them to G3M2s. Could I do so? Yes, we could actually. Fantastic. So, that is very handy. We have the ability now to actually upgrade over here at Babaldoab. We should see another Air Flotilla headquarters not too far out. Okay. So we do have the 4th Infantry Regiment here. We do have the 36th, yep. Aviation Unit, the 3rd Mortar. Very good. And they're not far out. They're making some very, very good progress. Really, really good progress, actually. Excellent. Yep, and we have a whole bunch of fuel over here. Beautiful. Additional warships in the area, additional patrol boats as well. We do have the 21st Air Flotilla not too far out. And we are bringing quite a few auxiliaries to the area, which is fantastic. Yep, another aviation unit, fantastic. And additional fuel. So yeah, the supply train is really catching up over here now towards truck, which is good news. And the Marsh Islands, I don't really need to do too much in the way of actual, yeah. We have a ship over here. Okay, she did make it, which is good news. We'll tell her to dock. Very good. Remain on station. Very good. Okay, so did I move that additional unit here? Yes, I moved the elements of the Maizuru 2nd SLF. That's handy, man. It gives us only a couple infantry, 204 infantry, but that's not too bad. At least it's actually a garrison, which is quite handy. It does also reduce the amount of men that were on KYJ, which is good. Yeah, but actually within our limit now. That's excellent. Okay, cool. I mean, ideally our aircraft actually do begin to score some hits down here. That would be quite good. But we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 submarines in the area. And we'll use our reconnaissance then to avoid them. Another aircraft tender and another escort. Very good. Okay. Right. They're on their way to truck. Let's take a look at Wake Island then. Still unloaded these elements. Still loaded over here. Quite a lot to unload over here. Obviously that does include all the supply as well. Of course we would like to actually have this supply unloaded over here at Wake so I can actually continue to use the island. But the good news is now 468 infantry, 2 guns unloaded, 3,368 other troops then, so basically our support. So we can see that we do have 2 AA machine guns on the island at the moment. We have apparently no AT guns, but we will have some AT guns. We have, let's see here, 24 engineers. Very good. Naval support and support in general, so that is exactly what we need. Importantly as well, we do have well, actual supply here and support. So we can build the actual base up if we so wish to. I am going to be building up the fortifications. The port size itself isn't required really. I might enlarge it to a size 2 in the future just to really expedite the unloading and loading process, but I don't think I'm going to bother with that really. Probably not at all. I don't see a point at which it might be useful in the future either. Only to really expedite loading and unloading. But fortifying the island would be a very good idea. Eventually we will receive a naval fortress unit here, which would be fantastic at Wake. I think that's only about 40 days out as well, which is not too bad. Okay. Yep, so we could really fortify Wake and use it to guard the northern approach to the Marsh Islands. Of course, it does go quite far actually securing this area as well to a degree. But yes, until we actually start to pick up some reconnaissance, well, pick up some information from our reconnaissance efforts as to whether there are carriers coming, then we'll see what happens. But as far as we can say, well, as far as we can see, we have a day of glory here. And let's hope that continues. Okay. There's a whole bunch of stuff to go over here. But this was a very, very good result over here. I know I've mentioned this before, but the fact that the 16th Division wasn't ejected from Clark is going to be the doom of Clark. How is the presenting situation on the Singapore front? It's getting there. It is getting there. Let's see. No. These men are resting at the moment. Yeah, they're going to need quite a lot of rest. We do need to get some supplies moving into Georgetown. These men over here, let's take a look. How are they going? They are closing in on Taiping. It's taken us a while to march on Taiping here due to the jungles. We can see 580 men, so it's not going to take much for us to actually roll over them. What I'm hoping here, and what I'm going to do, is actually run reconnaissance along these areas here, probably along this road actually, to figure out what is in control of these bases. But if we're lucky, there won't be any units holding these actual bases here. So what we might be able to get away with doing is actually having the armor loosed by itself, and basically have them use their increased mobility to make way down here. So at the end of the day, all we need is actually to secure a base. So for example, secure Kuala Lumpur and be able to use the rail lines. Now of course, it would be nice to secure Timor as well, as it allow the same, but this is awful terrain to march through. I'm not entirely sure what's going on over here at Kuantan. We know that the airbase is fairly damaged. We did score quite a few hits on bombers there in the past, so that's quite good. Indeed. But once we do secure Taiping, I can actually move additional reinforcements down there, and I can actually reform another division, which will be good, very good for us. Okay. Yep, an additional paratroopers and parachutists are on their way. Some chasers obviously not too happy there, but that's fine. The Sinshu Maru is going to be amazingly handy. It's a shame that I really can't have her down by Numea right now. She would be very, very important. It should allow us to actually get a huge amount of troops unloaded very quickly. She does have a decent AA complement as well. A lot of the 8cm guns here. And a few, yeah, Type 960 25mm ones. Not amazing, but it's still, that's something. Okay. Now it should be about 6 or so days until we actually gain the Minikaze class back. Yeah, there we go, Akakaze. Let's go back here then. So cancel changes for the Akakaze. What I'd like to do is actually go here. So show ships under repair. Sort by type. There we go, the Akakaze. So it should be ready in about 6 days. Now, she'll have troop capacity of 250, she'll have a cargo capacity of 150 as well. I think this was one of the failures of the Japanese Empire in our own timeline as well, is not having a lot of actual destroyer transports available. These guys, though slower, do make some fantastic speed. The thing is, they actually do have a fairly great troop capacity. Not much in the way of actual supply, but the thing is, it would be very handy for us to launch lightning strikes or to really reinforce areas very, very quickly, move engineers around, and really... yeah, really just be mobile, which is fantastic, actually. And eventually, later on this year, actually, in about 7 months or so, obviously after January, we'll actually be able to then give them radar. It'll be very early radar, but it will be fairly handy. It'll only be able to detect aircraft, but still that's going to be the radar capabilities being rolled out across the board there with the Minikaze APD class. So we'll have something like 12 units out there, 12 ships out there that will actually have radar alongside the Shikoku class of carriers, which would be very good. The Shikoku class of carriers obviously will have radar equipment, but will be able to detect surface ships as well, which is going to be extraordinarily handy, as well as the air equivalent. But yeah, if we can detect aircraft, that'd be very nice. The Imperial Japanese Navy lost 2 APDs away. That's a shame. But indeed. So I am I'm going to call the stream here. I apologise, I am feeling a little bit under the weather at the moment, so I'm going to hope I like cheer up tomorrow. Now, I was originally going to be streaming for Matrix tomorrow, but that has been cancelled. So I should have some time to actually continue to stream the play by email. So there's been a lot here to digest, and we'll give it some time, really go over it, really think about this, and make some good moves here. The 34th Division is now finally moving on towards safety over here, and the Chinese forces have retreated, but that's a lot of men there, 206,000 men, that's a whole bunch of men. Whole bunch of men. We'll go over the tracker next turn, and take a look at that, but while I'm here for the moment, let's see. Armament, that's what we're going to be needing. Yes, so we are producing here. We do have a lot of heavy industry points in the pool, which is fantastic. Right. So 3,137 points in the pool at the moment. Vehicle production we're always trying to increase as well. Have you been thinking of getting back to Hearthstone 3? Would be nice to play some challenge, like for example playing as Poland. Yeah, indeed. See, the thing is with Heart of Iron, it's like, I'd love to play it, I do enjoy the game, it's just, it has such a great tendency to crash on me, which really sucks. And it is quite painful. I think in the future we'll be looking at more multiplayer series as well. I've been very much enjoying Close Combat, playing with Richard and Agrippa Maxentius. We'll definitely continue that. I mean, I would like to play some more multiplayer games with like Tortuga and ideally THG as well. But yeah, there's a lot of games coming out and it's going to be a super exciting year. We'll have Rule the Waves 2 this year as well, which is going to be awesome. So a lot of really exciting titles for us to take a look at. But then I say so, well, thank you very much for that, ladies and gentlemen. Apologies for being a little bit under the weather. I know I'm a little bit lower energy than normal, so I do hope you guys forgive me. It's been a bit of a longer day. You know, you just like feel a bit like cloudy. But yes, it humbles me. It really does humble me, the amount of support that you guys continue to express here, and I am so very grateful for that. And it does mean a hell of a lot to me. This project is honestly a project of passion at this point now. And I do hope that we do have a shot at winning. I think we are making a bold move in the South Pacific. And I think it might net some good results here. I think it will net some good results. The thing is, we are making a splash in this area. And if we can really take advantage of that in the short term, I think we can really cause some lasting damage. Well, the good news is... though New Caledonia may have a fair garrison here at the moment, obviously we'll do further reconnaissance and try and lock down the numbers there. We'll be able to use Luganville as our touchpad, basically our launching pad over here in this area. We'll be able to bring a base force down here, build up an airfield. And in reality, I could even potentially have supplies flown from even Tarawa, possibly to Espirito Santo, obviously to Luganville, or obviously from another island nearby. But we'd be able to run our bombers from over here, which would be fantastic. If I was able to build up the aviation support over here, obviously get the air headquarters, the air flotilla actually down here as well. I'd be able to use torpedoes with my bombers, which would be amazing. We'd really be able to just lock this area off to THG, which would be fantastic. Yep, so 10 hexes away from Noumea. The G3s would be within range of Fiji, which is fantastic. The G4s definitely. But yeah, this is fantastic. We'd be able to really just lock down New Caledonia. I'd be able to lock down the Coral Sea as well. Yeah. Almost within range of Buin. But yes, we'd be able to definitely lock down the Coral Sea to a degree as well. So that'd be fantastic. But we do need to consider here, do we engage his forces at Noumea? Or do we not? What we'll be doing here then in the coming days is launching a lot of reconnaissance across these islands. At the end of the day, Kiributai is now in the area, so he's not going to be able to really reinforce. If he brings warships to the area, which I doubt he will do actually, I think it would be crazy for him to do that. But I think what we're going to have to do here then is, for the most part, seek and destroy. We'll destroy his shipping capacity here in the area, and in essence really isolate these islands. And that's going to be a good idea. I think we could take Noumea. There's not a lot of guns there. And I think with determined attacks we could take it. Especially with the battleships supporting us, especially with the heavy cruisers supporting us as well. Of course I could have land-based aircraft over here to run bombing campaigns once we get an airfield set up over here as well. And in reality, we will be bringing further forces. For example, we'll have something like 5,000 men here ready to go in about like 2 days, give or take, 2-3 days, obviously once they all arrive over here. I'll have them probably unload over here at Luganville, possibly give them some chance to actually rest and recuperate. Give us time to actually really put together a solid amphibious attack force. But of course we do have another 1,000 men over here. We do have... Over here as well, we do have another 5,000 men, a full infantry regiment more or less, additional artillery, we do have armoured assets over here as well. So in effect, we could, if necessary, bring about 10,000 men to bear against the New Caledonia in time. And the thing is, he has a fair garrison here, but if we were to bring forces of that calibre, and especially artillery, to the island, that would crush it. But in the meantime, we're going to be running like bombing campaigns against the island, really just prevent his forces from actually being able to recuperate or to be able to recover at all, which would be amazing. But we'll see how the situation develops. We don't need to rush, and we can be quite methodical, and we can be quite brutal in this area. But once we do have an airfield set up at Luganville, I'd be able to deposit my A5M4s, I'd be able to deposit G4M1s or G3M2s, and really start to project control of the area through our air power, which would be quite impressive. Of course, we'd also have our warships that we're going to make use of. But we will have to look at controlling the Coral Sea now. But I don't know what sort of warships he has in this area. We are aware of a couple heavy cruisers down here at least, or a few warships down here at Auckland, basically New Zealand. We're aware of probably a couple of warships here, there's a couple of warships here. Supposedly we did see a light cruiser, but we've not seen anything of that this turn. So yep, very, very happy about that, and I do hope that we can continue to see progress of our submarines. The submarines are really bringing quite the tally in these last couple of turns, so that's been very good for us. So I'd like to say a big thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and I will see you tomorrow night as we continue the play by email. So Tenno, Haika, Banzai, ladies and gentlemen, until next time. Apologies once again for being a little bit down in the weather. I'm sure those of you who are used to watching me can sort of like hear that I'm a bit like snuffly at the moment, and a little bit banged up. Should be better for tomorrow. Goodbye for now, ladies and gentlemen. Have a fantastic evening and an even better day. And you know what? Spend it with your loved ones. Do something crazy. I don't know, bake a cake. And let me know about it. Until next time, goodbye for now.